Hey guys, welcome back to Music Man's Garage. Music Man here. Today we're going to look at this 2014 Chevy Corvette. It has a Z51 package on it and also the 3LT trim level package. So I came to Warsaw, Indiana to look at this car. One of the main reasons that I wanted to look at this car and check it out was the fact that it is a C7 and it has a manual transmission. I'm struggling with, do I want a manual transmission or do I want an automatic transmission? I think I have definitely voiced my opinion on that before. I drive a semi for a living, and sometimes I just feel like I don't really want to drive a manual when I'm not working. However, in a performance vehicle, it could totally be worth my while to investigate that and look into it further. So I decided, hey, I don't have anything else to do today. Lake City Chevrolet in Warsaw has a pretty good selection of Corvettes in stock. I believe they only have 2 new ones available right now, but they currently have 6 Z06s listed on their website. So if you're looking for a Z06 C8, check them out. Honestly, I can tell you right away that I absolutely do not like the what they call natural interior. I don't think that it looks too bad with the color of this particular car, but it's definitely not my favorite when it comes to interior. Before we take off, I wanted to show you a couple of things about this car that I like. The guy showed me before I left that if you pull this paddle back, if you notice on the dash, the let's see if I can zoom that in. You can see right here where the gear, what gear I'm in, it's yellow. If you hit the rev match, it turns white. That means the rev match is off. And basically when you downshift, it revs the engine for you so you don't have to use the pedal. One of the other things I like about this is it has a digital gauge in the middle, but it also has the analog gauges to the side, which I am very much so on board with the digital gauge. But I also am a little old school when it comes to liking the analog gauges a lot. And then the infotainment center, this is one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. The screen that goes up and down. You push the button and the screen goes down. It looks like in the very back, it looks like it has a USB plug. When I get a C7 with this feature, I will use that compartment for my handgun. That's a perfect place for a handgun. You can have the top off the car, your handgun in there, and you don't have to worry about someone stealing it or even knowing that it's there for that matter. It's almost like a little bitty safe inside your car, which is pretty cool. Anyway, again, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can handle the interior. It's just ugly. So basically that's the inside of the car, and I will take you for a ride in the car and we look at it. Obviously this car has about 58,000 miles on it. So the guy that owned it before, he drove it, which I'm glad, because there's a lot of people that drive or buy a Corvette and then they don't drive it. So let's pop the hood and see what we can look at underneath the hood. Okay, it looks to be pretty much bone stock. Doesn't look like there's any modifications at all done to this underneath the hood, which is fantastic. I kind of like the way that the hoods open up on a C7. It's pretty cool. The rims on this car, oh my goodness. That is a travesty that somebody didn't take better care of those rims. Okay, so I have my seatbelt on. Let's fire this beast up. Seems to ride pretty smoothly. I like it. Of course I like it. It's a Chevy Corvette. Who wouldn't like it? Turn the air conditioning on because it's warm in here. Let's take this car out onto 30 and see about doing a couple pulls in it and see what it does. It's supposed to be raining in this area today, but so far it hasn't, which I'm glad for that because I don't really want to test drive a car in the rain. I'm driving this car because I wanted to know what it's like to drive a C7 manual transmission. I've gone back and forth with, do I want a manual or do I want an automatic? And this is the first manual that I've been able to get my hands on to drive. This has a fairly comfortable ride with it. It doesn't feel as rigid as even my Camaro does. And I'm only in 6th gear. I still have another gear. The guy was telling me that this car has rev match. I'm gonna turn that on and see how that does. Like, we're gonna downshift and see what it does. Oh, that's pretty cool. When you downshift, it matches. Yeah, that's pretty neat. It's a lot of fun to drive, there's no doubt about it. Something about a manual. If you are tuning into this, you'll see that a few days ago I drove my first manual Mustang. It's definitely a different ball game. I didn't mean to grab that gear. I'm having trouble with finding 6th gear. Can't really drive this like I want to drive it because my radar detector's on the dash of my Camaro. But wow, it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun. Would I buy this car and have it as a daily driver? Probably not. But with it being used like it is, 57,750 miles on it, you know, it wouldn't concern me, I guess, to park it in the truck parking lot overnight at work. It wouldn't concern me too much of somebody wanting to steal it because it is older. It's a Anyway, I wanted to take this car out for a drive, get an opinion on how it rides and how it drives, and it seems to be pretty solid. Steering seems good. I just have a feeling that I would have a hard time getting used to what I consider to be ugly, natural interior. minute. Dang! That was nice. That was fun. See, this would be a platform for me to make even better performance-wise. I missed a gear. Still fun. Take me a minute to get used to that. I think I like this manual transmission a lot. It is a blast to drive. It would obviously take some getting used to, as you can see from me missing a gear a couple times, but that's because I've never driven it. Once you drive something a few times, you get used to it. You get used to how it works and that. So I'm sure I would get better at finding the gear. Like I've heard so many times recently, the new 10-speed automatics in the Chevy are hands down quicker at shifting than any person could shift the manual transmission. So I appreciate you guys going for a ride with me in this C7. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, check out my live, and thanks for hanging out with me today on Music Man's Garage. Music Man, I'm out.